Hello, this is first YouTube video ever. Not first in this channel. And today I will be discussing why I use an FG knot when I'm swimbait fishing. So first I'll go over my setup, what I'm using. I'm using a Cardiff 300 with 50-pound suffix. I think it's 832 braid, and then a SLX Swimbait rod. So this rod is pretty much everything I need it to do for big swim baits. I throw a lot of soft baits on this rod, and I have a little smaller rod where I throw like a tiny clash, but I just ordered a K9, which is a Clash 9 if you don't know, and that will be coming soon, so I'll probably make a video on that. And I'll have to throw it on this one, on this setup, because of the fact that it's 4-ounce bait, so it's pretty big. But it's not ideal because this is like a 6-to-1 gear ratio reel, so it's a little slower. But I upgraded the handles on this, as you see. It comes with really awful handles, but I changed them. Right now I'm slightly concussed, so I'm a little slow. But speaking back to the FG knot, I like to go with 20-pound Seaguar and VizX fluorocarbon. I just feel that anything less than 20 pounds, I'm gonna snap off a $130 lure, which I don't want to do. I'm not loaded like that. I've lost a couple like $30 lures, just 'cause like bad knots and stuff, but even that was devastating, so I can't imagine losing my more expensive lures. I like the FG knot. Well, most people ask, like, why don't you just run straight fluorocarbon? This reel right here takes a ton of line. If I had to spool new fluorocarbon on it every single year, it'd just be like $30 worth of fluorocarbon every year or more. I don't want to do that. So I can leave this braid on for probably 4 years before I have to change it. Don't get me wrong, the braid's expensive too, but you gotta use it a little longer. And I also like running braid to fluorocarbon because when I'm fishing soft baits on a long cast, if I do get a bite, there's no stretch with braid, so I can really stick them pretty good. And my rod's has some bend. It doesn't have like a ton of bend. It's not like a Walmart floppy rod, but it has enough bend for like a treble hook lure where, yeah, I can still use braided fluorocarbon and it's still fine. Now let's go on to tying the FG knot. The FG knot is a pain to tie, just in general. It's a pain. I've like usually set the rod up across from me to the ground. And then got a little too much line, so let me just make it shorter. That'll do. And then dropped this fluorocarbon to the floor. Have it at like a 90-degree angle to where I want to go straight up here. Right the line here, lean back, see if I pull on it. I start my knot. Alright, now I'm done with the over-under sequence. And to learn that, don't watch a 15-minute YouTube video. Go watch a YouTube short. It's like a minute long. And you'll just have to figure out how much tension you need and whatnot. And you just kind of tie these like overhand knots. Which suck. You really need to use all your body parts with this knot. I've used my feet, both my hands, and my mouth, so it's not terribly convenient. You should always lick it. For a while there, I didn't lick it. When I cinched it, I just didn't quite feel like I was cinching it properly. But and like you'll pull so tight while you'll cut through your fingers, and then you'll just be sad because you'll have a cut finger. So make sure to be careful with that. A lot of times I just bring a pencil on the braid side, and I just use my hand on the other side. To really get tightened up. So I honestly think it's tight enough. We'll see when I fling off my $130 K9 in a few days. And then I forgot a knife, so I'll be right back. This is a one taker, so see you in 30 seconds. These videos are very low effort because I have better things to be doing than editing YouTube videos, like fishing. Alright, I'll show you this up close for a second. You probably can't even see this, but FG knot. Cut off the fluorocarbon. I'm not sure I trust this knot, but it's whatever. And then a couple more overhand knots. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, and guys, I probably had to tie probably 100 of these before I got decent. So I wouldn't go straight to throwing your $100 lures on your first few FG knots. Maybe just throw like a jig or something. If it holds up, you know, get some confidence. And then, only then, would I recommend using this. But I trust my FG knots fish So I'm not gonna throw straight braid on my swim baits because I want to catch a giant. I'm tired of catching 1, 2, 3 pound bass. In Nebraska, it's really hard to catch a 5, but that's the goal for this year, and hopefully we can do it. All right, then you just kind of cut the tag end off. And I like adding this this little knot at the end. Most people don't, but it just makes me feel a little more safe. But you do you, of course. And probably no one will see this video at all, ever. But if someone from Nebraska does see this, wants to go big fishing with me, dude, I will totally be down. So, or if you're on like a fishing team, this is my FG knot. It's fire. It's beautiful. Super skinny. But yeah, as I was saying, if you're on a fishing team in Nebraska, I'm trying to fish like the state tournament, whatever. I'm not sure where it's at this year, but throw a comment down there. And that's all I have to say. Go Big Red. If you don't fish big swim baits, you're a pussy.